Ladies and gentlemen, in this fast-moving world, words carry weight, thoughts shape our reality, and actions define our destiny. The power of wisdom in speech, clarity in thought, and strength in action is what separates leaders from followers, success from failure, and greatness from mediocrity. Words are one of the most powerful tools we possess. They can build bridges or burn them down, heal wounds or deepen them, inspire greatness or sow doubt. The ability to speak wisely is not just about having a large vocabulary or sounding intelligent. It is about understanding the impact of what we say and using our words to bring positive change. Every conversation, every statement, and every word carries energy. That energy can be used to empower or weaken, to bring people together or drive them apart. Speaking wisely begins with the understanding that words have consequences. A single phrase, uttered in haste or anger, can break a relationship that took years to build. A careless remark can diminish someone's confidence and make them doubt their abilities. On the other hand, a few words of encouragement can uplift a person, give them the strength to keep going, and even change the course of their life. A well-spoken leader can inspire a nation, just as a manipulative speaker can lead people astray. This is why we must be intentional with what we say, ensuring that our words align with wisdom, truth, and purpose. To speak wisely, one must first listen. Too often, people speak simply to respond, not to understand. But wise speech is rooted in active listening, the ability to hear not just the words spoken, but the emotions and meaning behind them. When we listen carefully, we gain insight, allowing us to respond with depth and sincerity, rather than empty words. Speaking without listening is like shooting arrows in the dark. It may cause unintended harm. But when we take the time to listen, we can craft responses that resonate, uplift, and bring clarity. Another key element of speaking wisely is knowing when to remain silent. Not everything needs to be said, and not every argument is worth engaging in. Silence at times can be more powerful than speech. There is wisdom in knowing that certain words are better left unsaid, whether to avoid unnecessary conflict, to protect someone's dignity, or to allow space for reflection. People who speak wisely understand that words should serve a purpose. They should educate, inspire, clarify, or comfort. If they do none of these, perhaps they are better left unspoken. Tone also plays a crucial role in wise speech. It is not just what we say, but how we say it that matters. A harsh tone can turn even the kindest words into something hurtful, while a gentle and respectful tone can soften even the most difficult messages. Speaking wisely means delivering messages in a way that fosters understanding rather than resistance. When correcting someone, for instance, wisdom lies in choosing a tone that encourages improvement rather than defensiveness. When giving advice, it is important to ensure it is received with an open heart rather than dismissed due to a harsh delivery. Another important aspect of wise speech is truthfulness. Speaking wisely does not mean saying what people want to hear, but rather speaking what they need to hear, honestly yet kindly. Some truths are difficult, and not everyone welcomes them, but honesty spoken with kindness is far more valuable than flattery or deception. However, being truthful does not give a license to be cruel. Wise speech balances truth with tact, ensuring that honesty serves to guide and not to wound. Emotional control is also a fundamental part of speaking wisely. Words spoken in anger, frustration, or fear often lead to regret. When emotions take over, wisdom is often the first casualty. Speaking out of anger can escalate conflicts rather than resolve them. Speaking out of fear can lead to manipulation or dishonesty. A wise person knows to pause, take a breath, and choose their words carefully, ensuring that emotions do not cloud their judgment. Thoughtful responses will always carry more power than impulsive reactions. Context matters greatly when it comes to speaking wisely. The same words that are appropriate in one setting may be completely inappropriate in another. Understanding the environment, the people involved, and the situation at hand allows a person to tailor their words effectively. A wise speaker adjusts their language based on who they are speaking to, ensuring clarity and relevance. Whether addressing a close friend, a large audience, or a superior at work, the ability to adapt speech appropriately is a mark of wisdom. One of the most underestimated aspects of speaking wisely is the ability to uplift others. People remember how words make them feel. Encouragement, appreciation, and kind words have the power to transform lives. A simple "I believe in you" or "you are doing great" can give someone the motivation they need to keep going. Speaking wisely means recognizing the impact of even the smallest positive words and using them to bring light to others. The world has no shortage of criticism and negativity, but wise speakers make it their mission to be sources of encouragement and hope. Finally, speaking wisely is a continuous journey. It requires self-awareness, practice, and reflection. It is about being mindful of what we say, learning from past mistakes, and striving to be better communicators. Nobody is perfect, and everyone has moments where they speak without thinking. But wisdom comes from learning to do better next time, from choosing words with care, and from making an effort to use speech as a tool for good. In the end, words are a reflection of character. They reveal the depth of our thoughts, the quality of our hearts, and the values we hold. A person who speaks wisely earns respect, builds meaningful connections, and leaves a lasting impact. Whether in personal relationships, professional settings, or moments of influence, the ability to speak with wisdom is a skill that defines true leaders and difference makers. Those who master this art do not just talk, they inspire, guide, and uplift. They understand that their words have power, and they choose to use that power wisely. Clarity of thought is one of the most powerful tools a person can possess. Cues. In a world filled with distractions, conflicting information, and emotional noise, the ability to think clearly allows individuals to navigate challenges, make sound decisions, and maintain a sense of direction. A clear mind is like a well-lit path. It cuts through the darkness of confusion and uncertainty, revealing the best way forward. Without clear thinking, people become reactive rather than proactive, allowing emotions, biases, and external influences to dictate their choices. However, with clarity, individuals gain control over their thoughts, actions, and ultimately their lives. One of the fundamental aspects of clear thinking is the ability to separate facts from emotion. Emotions are an essential part of being human, but they can cloud judgment when allowed to overpower logic. When making decisions, it is crucial to pause and assess whether feelings are influencing the thought process. Fear can lead to hesitation, anger can cause impulsiveness, and excitement can result in overlooking potential risks. A clear thinker acknowledges emotions but does not let them dictate decisions. Instead, they analyze situations with a balanced perspective, considering both emotional and rational aspects before arriving at a conclusion. Another essential factor in clear thinking is the ability to filter information effectively. The modern world bombards people with vast amounts of information from various sources: news, social media, opinions from friends and family, and personal experiences. Not all information is valuable or accurate, and the ability to differentiate between reliable and misleading information is crucial. Clear thinkers question sources, seek evidence, and avoid jumping to conclusions based on incomplete or biased data. They recognize that misinformation and assumptions can lead to poor decisions, and they take the time to verify facts before forming opinions. Focus is another critical element of clear thinking. The mind can easily become cluttered with unnecessary worries, distractions, and irrelevant details. A person who lacks focus struggles to prioritize tasks, make sense of situations, or maintain productivity. Clear thinkers, on the other hand, train their minds to stay on track. They eliminate distractions, set priorities, and direct their mental energy toward what truly matters. This ability to focus allows them to analyze problems deeply, find creative solutions, and avoid wasting time on unimportant matters. A cluttered mind leads to confusion, but a focused mind leads to progress. Self-awareness plays a vital role in clear thinking as well. Individuals who understand their own biases, tendencies, and thought patterns are better equipped to think logically. Everyone has subconscious biases that shape their perception of the world, and clear thinkers make an effort to recognize and challenge these biases. They question their own assumptions, consider alternative viewpoints, and seek out diverse perspectives before making judgments. This openness to different ideas fosters intellectual growth and prevents narrow-mindedness. By being aware of their mental habits, clear thinkers continuously refine their ability to process information objectively. A key practice that enhances clear thinking is the habit of reflection. Taking time to analyze past experiences, evaluate decisions, and learn from mistakes strengthens the mind's ability to process information more effectively. Reflection allows people to identify patterns in their thinking, recognize what works and what doesn't, and improve their decision-making skills over time. Without reflection, individuals may repeat the same mistakes without understanding why. Clear thinkers engage in regular self examination, ensuring that their thoughts remain sharp, logical, and free from unnecessary confusion. Problem solving is another area where clear thinking proves invaluable. Life is full of challenges, and the ability to approach problems methodically is a defining trait of successful individuals. Clear thinkers break problems down into smaller, manageable parts, analyze potential solutions, and weigh the pros and cons before taking action. They do not allow panic or frustration to cloud their judgment. Instead, they approach difficulties with patience and a structured mindset. By maintaining clarity, they find innovative solutions, avoid unnecessary stress, and turn obstacles into opportunities. One of the biggest threats to clear thinking is overthinking. While careful analysis is important, excessive rumination can be paralyzing. Overthinking often leads to unnecessary doubts, second guessing, and hesitation, preventing people from making decisions or taking action. Clear thinkers recognize when analysis becomes excessive and learn to trust their judgment. They understand that not every situation requires endless contemplation and that sometimes taking decisive action is more important than seeking a perfect solution. Balancing careful thought with timely action is a skill that separates clear thinkers from those who remain stuck in indecision. The ability to communicate ideas effectively is also a product of clear thinking. People who think clearly are able to express their thoughts in a way that others can understand. They avoid unnecessary complexity, get straight to the point, and articulate their ideas with precision. Whether in a conversation, a speech, or written message, clear thinkers ensure that their words reflect the clarity of their minds. This skill is especially important in leadership, problem solving, and decision making, where clear communication can inspire confidence, align teams, and drive progress. Maintaining a clear mind requires discipline and continuous effort. Mental clutter, external pressures, and emotional turbulence can all interfere with clear thinking, but with practice, individuals can develop strategies to keep their thoughts organized. Simple habits such as mindfulness, meditation, reading, and engaging in meaningful discussions help strengthen the mind's ability to process information effectively. Surrounding oneself with people who encourage logical reasoning and constructive dialogue also contributes to mental clarity. Just as physical health requires regular exercise and a balanced diet, mental clarity requires consistent intellectual engagement and self-improvement. In the end, clear thinking is the foundation of wise decision-making, effective communication, and personal success. It empowers individuals to see through distractions, navigate challenges, and remain composed under pressure. It allows people to filter out unnecessary noise, focus on what truly matters, and make choices that align with their goals and values. When individuals cultivate the habit of thinking clearly, they unlock their full potential, becoming more confident, purposeful, and resilient in every aspect of life. Taking strong action is the bridge between dreams and reality. No matter how wise one's words or how clear one's thoughts may be, without action, nothing changes. Strength in action is not just about physical force or power. It is about decisiveness, resilience, and the ability to push forward despite obstacles. It is about standing firm in one's convictions and taking the necessary steps to bring about meaningful results. Many people hesitate when faced with difficult choices, but those who act with strength and determination carve out paths where others see dead ends. One of the most important aspects of acting strongly is courage. Fear is a natural part of life, and it often tries to hold people back from pursuing what they truly want. Whether it is fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown, it has the power to paralyze even the most capable individuals. However, those who act strongly understand that fear is not a signal to stop. It is a challenge to overcome. They recognize that growth happens outside of comfort zones and that the only way to achieve great things is by confronting fear head-on. Taking action despite fear is what separates those who succeed from those who remain stuck in hesitation. Decisiveness is another key element of strong action. Many people spend too much time overanalyzing situations, waiting for the perfect moment, or doubting their abilities. In doing so, they miss opportunities that could have led to success. Strong action requires confidence in one's choices. This does not mean acting recklessly, but rather making informed decisions and committing to them. Indecision leads to stagnation, while decisiveness propels people forward. Those who act strongly do not waste time dwelling on a what if. They focus on what's next. Even when mistakes are made, they learn, adjust, and keep moving forward. Resilience is another crucial quality of those who act with strength. Life is full of setbacks, disappointments, and failures. Those who lack resilience often give up at the first sign of difficulty, but those who act strongly understand that obstacles are part of the journey. They do not allow failure to define them. Instead, they use it as a learning experience. When they fall, they get back up. When things do not go as planned, they adapt. Strength in action means staying committed to one's goals, even when circumstances become challenging. It is about pushing through hardship and maintaining focus, knowing that persistence eventually leads to success. Another important aspect of strong action is taking responsibility. Many people hesitate to take action because they fear being held accountable for the results. They prefer to shift responsibility onto others or wait for someone else to take the lead. However, those who act strongly accept full responsibility for their decisions and actions. They understand that progress is in their hands and that waiting for others to make things happen only leads to frustration. Taking responsibility means owning one's choices, learning from them, and continuously striving to improve. It means refusing to blame circumstances and instead finding solutions. Discipline also plays a significant role in acting strongly. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline ensures consistency. It is easy to take action when one feels inspired, but true strength is shown in moments of difficulty when motivation fades. Those who act with strength develop habits that keep them moving forward, regardless of their emotional state. They create routines, set goals, and follow through on commitments, even when they do not feel like it. Discipline builds the mental toughness needed to persist through challenges and remain focused on long-term objectives. Strong action also requires adaptability. The world is constantly changing, and those who refuse to adjust often find themselves left behind. Acting strongly does not mean being stubborn or unwilling to change direction when necessary. It means having the awareness to recognize when a new approach is needed and the flexibility to pivot when required. Those who act with strength do not see change as a threat, but as an opportunity for growth. They embrace challenges, experiment with new strategies, and continuously evolve to stay ahead. Having a sense of purpose is another driving force behind strong action. When people have a clear understanding of why they are doing something, they are more likely to stay committed. Purpose provides motivation during difficult times and gives meaning to effort. Those who act strongly do not move aimlessly. They have a vision, a goal, and a reason for pushing forward. Whether it is to create a better life, help others, or achieve a personal dream, having a strong sense of purpose fuels determination and resilience. Surrounding oneself with the right people also contributes to the ability to act strongly. No one succeeds alone, and the people one chooses to associate with can either encourage action or discourage it. Those who act with strength seek out mentors, supporters, and like-minded individuals who challenge them to grow and hold them accountable. They avoid negativity and surround themselves with those who inspire and push them to take bold steps. The right environment plays a crucial role in developing the confidence and motivation needed to act decisively. In the end, acting strongly is about refusing to let fear, doubt, or external circumstances control one's life. It is about making decisions with confidence, pushing through adversity, and taking responsibility for one's future. Those who act with strength are the ones who turn their ideas into reality, who lead rather than follow, and who create lasting impact. While others wait for the right moment, they make the moment right. They understand that action is the only way to bring about change and that strength is not just about persistence, but also about adaptability, resilience, and purpose. When one speaks wisely and thinks clearly but fails to act strongly, all potential remains unrealized. Twin Tucks. But when action is taken with strength, words gain power, thoughts become reality, and progress is inevitable. Those who embrace strong action do not just dream of success, they make it happen. Words are not just sounds or letters strung together. They carry weight, energy, and influence. They have the power to shape reality, create perceptions, and determine how people interact with the world. Every word spoken, whether in private or public, leaves an impact, and often that impact is greater than people realize. What is said can inspire confidence, ignite change, or tear down trust and self-worth. Understanding the weight of words is crucial because they have the ability to shape not only individual lives, but also societies as a whole. The way people communicate determines how they are perceived by others. A person who speaks with clarity, confidence, and positivity earns respect and trust. Conversely, someone who is careless with their words, constantly negative, or deceitful will eventually lose credibility. Words create impressions, and those impressions influence relationships, opportunities, and overall success. A leader who speaks with vision and conviction gains followers. A friend who speaks with kindness and encouragement strengthens relationships. A professional who articulates thoughts effectively commands respect. Every conversation shapes how people are viewed and treated, making it essential to choose words wisely. Beyond personal perception, words influence how people see themselves. Encouraging words can uplift someone, reinforce their belief in their abilities, and push them to achieve great things. A simple phrase like "you can do this" or "I believe in you" can change a person's outlook entirely. Conversely, negative or dismissive words can leave lasting wounds, making people doubt themselves and hesitate in their pursuits. The mind absorbs words like seeds planted in fertile soil. Nurturing words lead to growth, while destructive words hinder progress. The way individuals speak to themselves and others directly affects confidence, motivation, and self-worth. History has shown how words can shape movements and entire nations. Powerful speeches have sparked revolutions, brought hope during difficult times, and united people under common causes. Leaders who understand the power of words use them to inspire action and bring about transformation. They know that what they say can instill hope, fuel determination, or even incite fear and division. Great figures in history, from activists to philosophers, have demonstrated how the right words at the right time can change the course of events. This shows that words are not just expressions, they are tools of influence. The media and public discourse further demonstrate how words shape perceptions. The way news is reported, the language used in social discussions, and the narratives pushed by influential voices all contribute to how people view the world. A slight change in wording can alter the meaning of a statement and shift public opinion. Words can be used to create unity or division, trust or suspicion, hope or despair. The language of headlines, speeches, and social media posts all play a role in shaping the collective mindset of society. Recognizing this makes it clear why words must be chosen carefully. The way words are framed also affects emotions and actions. Saying that this is a challenge we can overcome instills a sense of confidence, while saying that this is a disaster with no solution breeds hopelessness. The words people use to describe situations influence how they react to them. This applies not just in leadership or media, but in daily life. People who frame their struggles in a positive light find it easier to navigate them, while those who use negative language reinforce their own struggles. Language has the power to shape mindset, and mindset determines outcomes. Words also play a crucial role in shaping relationships. A relationship built on positive and respectful communication thrives, while one filled with criticism and harsh language deteriorates. Arguments escalate when hurtful words are used, while conflicts are resolved when words of understanding and empathy are chosen instead. Apologies and appreciation strengthen bonds, while insults and indifference weaken them. The language used between people builds either connection or distance. Those who understand the impact of words use them to foster harmony rather than division. The subconscious mind absorbs words constantly, which is why self-talk is just as important as communication with others. People who consistently tell themselves they are capable, strong, and worthy develop a healthier mindset and greater self-belief. On the other hand, those who engage in negative self-talk create their own mental barriers, reinforcing doubts and fears. The words spoken internally shape confidence, resilience, and the ability to take action. Speaking kindly to oneself is not just a feel-good practice. It is essential for success and personal growth. In addition to personal impact, words influence culture and social norms, key social norms. Phrases repeated over time shape societal beliefs and values. Language reflects attitudes, and when enough people adopt certain ways of speaking, it becomes part of the cultural fabric. The way people talk about success, failure, relationships, or identity affects how these things are perceived by future generations. Changing harmful language can lead to progress, while reinforcing limiting narratives can hold societies back. This shows that words are not just passive expressions, they actively shape the world. Understanding the power of words means taking responsibility for how they are used. It means recognizing that every comment, every statement, and every message has an effect. Words should be used to uplift rather than tear down, to build rather than destroy, and to create rather than limit. Speaking wisely, thinking before speaking, and using words with intention lead to stronger relationships, greater success, and a more positive impact on the world. Whether in personal conversations, public discussions, or self-talk, the language chosen determines the reality created. Integrity is the foundation of strong character and meaningful success. It is the quality that defines a person's ability to stay true to their values, principles, and commitments, even when faced with challenges or temptations. Integrity is not just about doing the right thing when others are watching. It is about maintaining honesty and ethical behavior at all times, regardless of external pressures. A person with integrity does not bend their morals to fit the situation or compromise their beliefs for personal gain. Instead, they stand firm in their truth, earning the trust and respect of those around them. One of the key aspects of integrity is honesty. Being truthful in words and actions builds credibility and trust. People who are honest create strong relationships, whether in personal life, business, or leadership. Others know they can rely on their word, making them dependable and respected. On the other hand, those who are deceitful or manipulative may gain temporary advantages, but in the long run, their dishonesty will be exposed. Lies and deception always have consequences, and once trust is broken, it is difficult to rebuild. True integrity means being honest, even when it is difficult or inconvenient. Keeping commitments is another crucial element of integrity. Promises should not be made lightly, and when commitments are given, they must be fulfilled. Whether it is a professional obligation, a personal promise, or a responsibility to oneself, following through on commitments shows reliability and self-discipline. Those who break their promises or fail to keep their word create doubt and uncertainty in the minds of others. However, those who consistently honor their commitments build a reputation of trustworthiness. Integrity means that a person's word is as strong as their actions. Integrity also means taking responsibility for one's actions. Mistakes and failures are inevitable, but how a person responds to them defines their character. Those with integrity do not shift blame or make excuses when things go wrong. Instead, they acknowledge their mistakes, learn from them, and make efforts to correct them. Owning up to errors and demonstrating accountability earns respect, whereas avoiding responsibility damages credibility. People admire those who can admit when they are wrong and take corrective action rather than hiding behind false justifications. Standing up for what is right, even in the face of adversity, is another mark of integrity. It is easy to go along with the crowd or remain silent when witnessing wrongdoing, but integrity requires moral courage. This means speaking up against injustice, defending what is fair, and making ethical choices even when they are unpopular. It can be difficult to take a stand, especially when there are risks involved, but true integrity does not waver under pressure. History has shown that those who uphold their principles, even in challenging times, leave a lasting impact. Integrity is also reflected in how one treats others. Respect, fairness, and kindness are integral to a person's moral character. Those who act with integrity do not manipulate or exploit others for personal gain. Instead, they practice fairness in their dealings, treat people with dignity, and make decisions that benefit not just themselves, but the greater good. Integrity means valuing honesty over shortcuts, fairness over favoritism, and respect over dominance. It is about treating others the way one would like to be treated. Consistency is a vital aspect of integrity. A person with integrity does not shift their values depending on circumstances. They do not act ethically in one situation and dishonestly in another. Their principles remain steady whether they are dealing with friends, colleagues, strangers, or authority figures. They do not change their behavior based on who is watching or what they can gain from a situation. Consistency in values and actions demonstrates that integrity is not just a performance, but a deeply ingrained way of life. Integrity also plays a significant role in leadership. A leader who lacks integrity cannot inspire genuine loyalty or trust. Employees, teams, and followers look up to leaders who demonstrate ethical behavior and fairness. Leaders who act with integrity create a culture of honesty and accountability, encouraging those around them to do the same. When leaders are dishonest, hypocritical, or self-serving, they breed distrust and discontent. Integrity in leadership ensures that power is used responsibly and that decisions are made with fairness and justice. In personal life, integrity leads to inner peace and self-respect. People who act with integrity do not live with the burden of deception, guilt, or fear of being exposed. They do not have to maintain a web of lies or constantly look over their shoulder. Living truthfully brings a sense of fulfillment and confidence. When a person knows they are acting in alignment with their values, they gain self-respect and peace of mind. Integrity is not just about how others see a person. It is also about how a person sees themselves. Ultimately, integrity is the foundation of a meaningful and impactful life. It builds strong relationships, fosters trust, and creates a legacy of honesty and fairness. Integrity is what separates those who lead with honor from those who manipulate for gain. It is what allows people to stand firm in their beliefs and remain true to themselves despite external pressures. In a world where shortcuts and deception may seem tempting, those who uphold integrity remain unshaken, earning respect, success, and personal fulfillment. Resilience is the ability to withstand challenges, adapt to change, and keep moving forward despite difficulties. It is the inner strength that allows people to rise after failure, push through obstacles, and remain focused on their goals. Life is unpredictable, full of both triumphs and setbacks. And without resilience, even the most talented individuals can find themselves stuck in discouragement or defeat. Resilience is not just about enduring hardship, it is about growing from it. It is the mindset that sees difficulties not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to learn, improve, and become stronger. One of the defining traits of resilient people is their ability to maintain perspective. When challenges arise, it is easy to become overwhelmed by emotions such as frustration, sadness, or self-doubt. However, those with resilience do not allow negative emotions to control them. Instead, they step back, assess the situation objectively, and find solutions. They do not see failure as an end, but as a stepping stone toward progress. They understand that setbacks are a natural part of any journey, and that success is often built on multiple failures that provide valuable lessons. Another key element of resilience is adaptability. The world is constantly changing, and those who refuse to adjust often struggle to keep up. Resilient individuals do not resist change, they embrace it. Whether it is a sudden shift in career, an unexpected personal challenge, or a change in circumstances, they find ways to adjust rather than dwell on what was lost. They are flexible in their thinking and open to new possibilities, allowing them to turn challenges into new opportunities. Their ability to pivot when needed ensures that they keep moving forward rather than remaining stuck in the past. Resilient people also cultivate a strong sense of self-belief. They trust in their abilities and remain confident even when faced with setbacks. So self-doubt can be paralyzing, preventing people from taking risks or trying again after failure. However, those who build resilience develop an inner voice that reminds them of their strengths and capabilities. They do not wait for external validation to confirm their worth. They believe in themselves, even when no one else does. This self-confidence allows them to take bold actions, push through obstacles, and remain focused on their long-term goals. Support systems play a significant role in resilience as well. No one can go through life entirely alone, and having a network of supportive friends, mentors, or family members makes a difference during tough times. Resilient individuals understand the value of seeking help when needed. They surround themselves with positive influences who encourage and uplift them rather than people who drain their energy or reinforce negativity. They are not afraid to ask for guidance, lean on others for support, or learn from those who have faced similar challenges. Strong relationships provide the emotional strength needed to endure hardship and keep going. Resilience is also deeply connected to emotional intelligence. Those who develop emotional intelligence can recognize, understand, and manage their emotions effectively. Instead of allowing frustration, anger, or fear to dictate their actions, they channel those emotions in constructive ways. They acknowledge their feelings without being controlled by them. They know how to calm themselves in moments of stress and maintain clarity in their decision making. By mastering their emotions, they remain composed in difficult situations and make choices that serve their long-term interests rather than reacting impulsively. Another important quality of resilient people is their ability to stay motivated. Setbacks and failures can be discouraging, but those with resilience do not allow temporary difficulties to diminish their drive. They keep their eyes on their ultimate goals and remind themselves why they started in the first place. They set realistic objectives, celebrate small wins along the way, and use their progress as fuel to keep going. Instead of becoming consumed by setbacks, they focus on what they can control and continue taking steps toward their aspirations. Maintaining a sense of purpose is another key factor in resilience. When people have a clear sense of why they are doing something, they find the strength to endure even the hardest challenges. Whether it is a passion for a career, a commitment to personal growth, or a desire to make a difference, having a purpose fuels resilience. It provides the motivation to keep going when things get tough and the determination to push past obstacles. Those who act with purpose are less likely to give up because they see their struggles as part of a bigger picture. Physical and mental well-being also play a role in resilience. Taking care of one's health ensures that the body and mind have the strength to endure challenges. Regular exercise, healthy eating, and adequate rest provide the energy needed to tackle obstacles. Additionally, practices such as mindfulness, meditation, or journaling help manage stress and keep the mind clear. Resilient individuals understand that self-care is not a luxury but a necessity. They prioritize their well-being so that they can remain strong and capable, no matter what challenges arise. Ultimately, resilience is what allows people to keep moving forward, no matter how many times they fall. It is the ability to transform pain into strength, setbacks into learning experiences, and failures into stepping stones for success. Those who cultivate resilience do not fear hardship because they know they have the inner strength to overcome it. They do not give up easily because they understand that persistence leads to breakthroughs. In the face of adversity, they remain steady, confident, and determined, proving that true strength is not about avoiding challenges but about facing them with courage and perseverance.